All right, so I'm going to share with you some reasons why your hair is not growing, period. All right, so my name is Sandy Esprit, and I'm a content creator, naturalista, lazy naturalista. In other words, I take care of my hair. My hair is in its natural texture state, and okay, so let's get into it. Why isn't your hair growing? Everybody seems to be having crazy hair lengths, and you're just out here doing everything they done told you. Why is it not growing? You have YouTubed and researched YouTube some more, and you're just like, it's not growing. So let's just get into it. I'm gonna share with you why your hair isn't growing. And no, it's not because you're not doing enough, okay? You're doing more than enough. I have been growing out my hair since, well, for a while now, to be honest. And I promise you, I'm pretty sure I've done everything wrong to get this right. So before we get started, I'm going to give you a second. Go ahead and subscribe. Click that subscribe button. It's going to be down below here. So go ahead and click that button. Sharing is caring. So why isn't your hair growing? Well, first, let's talk about hair growth. Hair grows out of the scalp. There is a hair follicle that is in your scalp. Everybody who has hair follicles, and it grows out of there. And number two, as long as you're living, breathing, and unless you have a medical history of some kind of a defect or something that is wrong, your hair is growing. Now, most people, when they talk about hair growth, they are talking about length retention. And so it's not that your hair isn't growing, it's that you're not retaining length. You might find that your hair seems to stay at one length and it's not going past that length. It just seems to stay there, whether it be right here or close to your scalp, whatever it is, or that your hair feels brittle, and as soon as you touch it, hair comes off, it just breaks apart. We're going to talk about these reasons as to why your hair not necessarily isn't growing, but why is it not retaining length. Before you go out and think that I'm going to be like, buy these products, it's going to make your hair grow. That is not it, okay? It's not because of the products you are using or not using. Most of the time we're looking for a quick fix, and really and truly, it's not a quick fix factor. It's more of a patience factor. When it comes to hair length retention, it's long term. It's a marathon. You really have to be patient with your hair. And for me, that was one of the things that I was not doing. I was not patient. I needed it to work now. I wanted to put the product in my hair, wake up the next day, and have my hair, reach this luxurious length so that everybody could be like, hair goals. And that wasn't happening. It was not happening. So really, patience. It's not the product, it's you. Sorry, that is the truth. Definitely, you want to be patient. You really, really want to be patient with your hair so that you can actually see the growth. So most people, for those who've had successful length retention and seen dramatic hair growth, one of the things they do is they document, of course, document what you are using and not using, and to see how long your hair is after a particular length of time. And then you'll most likely realize that your hair is growing. Number two is that you are probably doing your styles wrong. You are using your styles as a protective hairstyle, but your hair might not be able to take that kind of style. I'll never forget the day that I had put in some braids, okay? And I had my braids in there, and I was like, this is a protective style. I want to retain length. The good thing about protective styles, and I'll never knock protective styles for that, but one of the great things with protective style is that it allows you to go no manipulation as it pertains to your hair. So you can really let it be. There is nothing for you to do with your hair other than leaving it in that style, especially if your hair is braided. The downfall to this, especially with braids, and that's something I experienced, is that my hair at a certain point in time, the braid would get too heavy for my hair and my hair would break at the root. So it wasn't that my hair wasn't growing, it's just that the weight of the extension was too much for my newly growing hair, and it came out, it would break off right as my hair was starting to come out. So be careful when it comes to those hairstyles and those protective hairstyles, because the weight, if it's unevenly distributed into your hair, and that's simple physics, but if the weight is unevenly distributed, to the hair strand can break and it can cause damage to the hair. So you are losing all of that retention, which sucks. And it's a waste of money as well. Another thing is your routine. What is your routine like? Our hair, the curlier, the tighter it is, tends to be more prone to dryness and requires a little more TLC. It requires a little more moisture. It requires a little more hold when it comes to our styling products. You want to mitigate and to just really, really delay the frizz. It's not that frizz is evil or that frizz is bad. It's just that you just really want to decrease the amount of frizz. You want your hair to stick together because they are stronger together. You'll want to have styling creams and leave-ins that have more hold than they would have conditioning or that softness, because you want your hair to retain length. It's easier for your hair to break if it's doing its own thing on its own than it is if it's together, if the curl is coming together. So when you're doing your wash and goes, you really want to focus on a gel or a mousse, something that's going to allow your curls to clump, because one, it looks good, and two, because you really want your hair to have a buddy. It's like the buddy system. Everybody's safer together when there's a buddy system. Product buildup. I always stress washing your hair with shampoo. A good moisturizing shampoo will do wonders because it has actives and surfactants necessary to not only cleanse your scalp and to rid your hair of excess product buildup, but to also provide conditioning agents that will set up your hair for the conditioner. It is this amazing merging of products, when applied properly, allows your hair to thrive. And so when your hair now has been set up to receive the conditioner and to allow the conditioner to do its job, your hair has a higher success rate of retaining length, and it's not easily prone to damage. Now, one of the things that might shock you, because it shocked me, is heat. Air drying actually isn't that great for your hair, and it goes back to frizz. Air drying, which I love doing, and I'm probably still gonna be doing, I'm not gonna lie. Air drying actually could be the downfall to your length retention, because when you allow your hair to air dry, it causes more frizz, it's more prone to frizziness, and your hair strands don't have that buddy. There's no buddy system. So you'll want to apply some heat. Now, I'm not saying heat damage is where it's at, but you'll want to go ahead and use a diffuser or use a blowout brush, something that allows your hair to get rid of the excess water, because too much water is also bad for your hair. You don't want your hair to hang on to that much water. It's weighted, it weighs your hair down, and it just doesn't make the style last as good. There's just so many factors, but you'll want to apply some level of heat to your hair to dry your hair. You want to make sure your hair is dry. Those are my tips as to why your hair isn't growing. I hope they've been helpful, and I hope you start implementing them as well. And no, you do not need to go out and buy the latest hair product so that your hair can retain length. Like I said before, unless it's due to some form of vitamin deficiency, which is an easy fix. But chances are it's not a vitamin deficiency. It's just a game of patience. So be patient with your hair, love on your hair, be good to you, okay? You're doing great, you're doing amazing, you're doing more than enough. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, comment down below if these are the types of videos that you like. Wait for the next video, because there is another one coming around very, very soon. Ciao for now.